very good morning to each and every one of you who have joined us online. We will be commencing our track on bolstering the base of pyramid, building better with microfinance. Our track is co-curated in partnership with Sadhan. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. P. Satish, Executive Director, Sadhan, to deliver the opening address and set the tone for upcoming technical sessions in the track. Dr. P. Satish, you have the floor now.
Good morning, delegates to the Inclusive Finance India Summit 2021. Sadhan takes pride in hosting this microfinance track under the title Bolstering the Base of the Pyramid, Building Better with Microfinance at this summit, which is an important event in the financial inclusion space of the country. If you see from the 1950s, Reserve Bank's stance on rural finance has been a multi-agency approach. Similarly, in the microfinance sector, we have a multi-agency approach today. And in the direct microfinance space, we have MFIs, both for-profit NBFC MFIs as well as not-for-profit MFIs, small finance banks, universal banks, as well as NBFCs. And in addition, we have the self-help group bank linkage program. Commonality to all these components of microfinance has been the resilience exhibited by the sector in the light of the pandemic and its after effects. Yes, the pandemic has bruised the sector and its clients, but they have got up, dusted themselves, and were up and running. The reason for this is the sector cannot afford to rest because it is an important component of livelihoods of the poor and the underprivileged. And if the sector is not there offering its financial help, it's difficult for the most vulnerable sections of the populations to rebuild their livelihoods. And we can see that apart from the broader microfinance space, we do not have an alternative which offers a collateral-free, hassle-free credit near to the doorsteps of these underprivileged populations. And today, if you look at the sector, we have huge numbers in terms of institutions, the credit flow, and the people whose livelihoods and the lives which this sector touches. We have about 225 MFIs, 70 non-MFIs, and 12 million self-help groups catering to these sector as an institutional framework. And as of now, nearly 200 million clients, it means 200 million households, have received credit of 3.5 trillion from various varieties of microfinance, including the MFIs, as well as the self-help group bank linkage program. And this pandemic has given this industry an opportunity to aid and creating a strong entrepreneurial base, especially in the rural areas, because we have seen that one of the effects of the pandemic has been the rural-urban migration. And once we create an entrepreneurial base in the rural areas itself, such a migration can really be reduced. And the sector can work towards that, and Sadhan looks forward to work with all the stakeholders so that we can create a conducive entrepreneurial programs so that the rural areas and the semi-rural areas can be the hub of future nano enterprises, reducing the scope for rural-urban migration. And another aspect of microfinance is that the sector is not just here to just give credit. As a sectors association, Sadhan has strived to align the work of the sector with the developmental goals of the government. Accordingly, we brought the financing of renewable energy, water sanitation, affordable housing to the sector. And the microfinance sector has participated in very actively in the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana and PM Swanidhi scheme for street vendors, as well as it has been coordinating with various arms of the government in the Ayushman Bharat program, also in the health services sphere. What we can say is that in the last 18 months, timely intervention from Sadhan and other participants in the sector with the Reserve Bank of India and the government have brought out additional support to the sector in form of tweaking of various programs as well as additional special liquidity support which ensured that funds flow from DFIs like NABARD and SIDBI to the sector, as well as the credit guarantee scheme of the government, which has been really a boon for the sector. And another area is with regard to the regulatory framework, long time advocacy for a uniform regulations with inputs to Reserve Bank over the last 5 years have resulted in the Reserve Bank of India's consultative document to which Sadhan and the entire sector has given additional inputs. And we are now awaiting a final formal RBI directives based on this consultative document. And we are sure that the sector will have a level playing field for all the institutional participants. And with the pandemic, we have seen that the risk at the client level and at the regional level increasing. And this data, as well as other aspects of the client distress, has been regularly captured by a very robust database at the Sadhan level and shared with the institutions so that the sector can benefit from the issues at the field level and look at client acquisition in a more qualitative and a more robust manner. Further, as a sector association, we have created a very robust credit assessment tool for the MFIs, which was developed with inputs from all the participants in the sector. And this will prove very useful in the light of the new RBI norms, where the credit assessment of the borrower is an important element of the consultative document. And at this juncture, we have to be, the sector and the entire sector has to be grateful to, while it has to be grateful to the regulator, the Reserve Bank, and the government for their creating a positive environment for the sector. We have to be thankful to the biggest DFIs, NABARD and SIDBI, for their active role in supporting their sector in all forms, financially, morally, and in a qualitative way. And it was heartening to hear the encouraging words of the SIDBI CMD, Mr. S. Raman, in the inaugural session, where he has reiterated the SIDBI's support to the microfinance sector and also to take the sector in a digital platform so that more easy flow of funds from the sector in a qualitative and a quantitative way can happen. And we are grateful to Mr. Raman for his guidance and his good words for the sector. And at the same time, we have to see the other component of the microfinance, that is the self-help group bank linkage program. We have seen a very increased and the renewed energy in the self-help group movement, especially the efforts towards strengthening the SHG federations, the SHG federations supporting the FPOs, and also the SHGs and their federations laying the path for the growth of entrepreneurs from the movement itself. And we have also seen that it requires a lot of more efforts and inputs, both from NABARD as well as NRLM, and both of these institutions have to work together to take the SHG bank linkage program to a very higher level. All these and more will be discussed in the 3 eminent panels, which are being moderated by experts who are known for their knowledge about their sector inside out. And we are grateful that all the 3 moderators have agreed to moderate this session. The first of the session will be on the post-pandemic, how the sector has built the resilience of the microfinance clients, and also how they have innovated and put in best practices to take care of their clients as well as their institutions in the times of the pandemic. Second, of course, we will have to focus, the second session focuses on the SHG bank linkage program, because next year we are completing 30 years of the SHG bank linkage program, and we have to look at in what way it moves forward and brings more support to the people who are supported by this SHG program. And we have a conversation between an eminent sector expert and the two parts of the movement, NRLM as well as NABARD. And the third and the final session in this track is on the regulatory framework, which Reserve Bank has already brought out a consolidated framework. And this panel will discuss as to how this harmonized framework will help in serving, will help the sector in serving the poor in a more effective and more better manner. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Vipin and his team for putting forward the Inclusive Finance Summit, Inclusive Finance India Summit again, which is an important element of the financial inclusion efforts in the country, and giving an opportunity for the entire sector of microfinance to come forward and discuss and deliberate on these three major panels, three major issues which will lay the path for the future of the sector. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. P. Satish, for the address and setting the tone for the upcoming technical sessions. As Sir just mentioned, we'll be having 3 technical sessions as a part of this track. And for everyone who has joined us online, we will resume at 12:05 p.m. with our first technical session on building resilience of microfinance clients, innovations and best practices in times of pandemic in Hall A itself. So please grab your coffee or tea and take a short break. See you at 12:05 p.m. Thank you so much, sir.